Alright, so our plan of action is to, when we were at Mom and Dad's getting all of our clothes, we separated out our summer stuff from our winter stuff that we wanted to keep. So like I have a bag of summer here, so I'm going to leave that aside. And I know I have a bag of winter, I'm going to leave that aside. Well, you know, fall, spring, summer, fall, winter. Anyways. And then we have the stuff that we had already brought on board. Now, there's a lot of stuff that I brought on board that are summer stuff. So the goal here is to vacuum seal and get the summer stuff out of the way. And then we'll see what we got left over and see what we need to get rid of and see what we need to do. So, ugh, I hate doing this.
So we go up to the shower. So instead of carrying a big one of these, we got little travel bottles. So we can just fill these, leave the big one on the boat, and fill this from time to time. And then we only need one, so we can both share it. We just needed 2 of those.
Alright, so it's official. This is all of my summer stuff. I'll fit into this. It's pretty heavy, but it's that's done. Summer stuff. Ready to go to the storage unit to stay safe for the winter. Now I just gotta go through all of my winter stuff. That's gonna be tough. We'll see. So as part of my organization goals, I am trying to get all of our like medical stuff. This is all the stuff we brought from our house when we sold our house. And then this is a bunch of stuff we found on the boat. So now I'm just gonna kind of take everything out and figure out A, what container is best, and B, what we really need to keep. Tough. Part of me is feeling like being liveaboard, we don't need as much of this stuff when we're not cruising. But if it's good stuff, I don't necessarily want to get rid of it. So I'm going to go through everything, see which container is best, and see what I want to keep. Peeks. Wish me luck. So as organization goes on a boat, it will change, but what I've done here is my mom had already put certain stuff in bags already and labeled it, so I followed that, and that way it's quick and easy to grab, like, oh, I have a stomachache, so I'll grab like whatever all this is. Or, oh, I have a cold, so I will grab whatever is all in this. Or I just got a band, you know, I just need a band-aid in my, or a burn or something like small, so I just grabbed this. So I tried to keep it as organized as possible. I'd like to get like better bags, because these Ziplocs are, well, they're just not gonna last. So I will probably get better bags and look into that, but for right now we at least have everything in one container, and then I can just get rid of this. I was gonna keep this because I thought I'd use it, but it doesn't have the metal part anymore, so bummer. To the trash it goes. Yeah, bummer.
Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode.
So one of the biggest struggles is organizing food. So this is all of our pantry goods. Well, minus that. This is all of our pantry goods. And then there's still stuff in here too. I haven't taken out completely everything. Got all that, and then just a few things down at the bottom. So now I have to figure out how to have all of this fit in there in a organized, simple manner. Ugh, feeling a bit overwhelmed. I hope it works out. Oh goodness. Weeks. Here we go. So one thing I noticed is on a boat, like, there's just the two of us, and in the house I feel like I over purchased as far as food is concerned. So I really want to work on not doing that. So one thing I did is, instead of having these like in little bags, I get these in my hometown. They're what I grew up on, because I don't eat meat and didn't grow up eating meat. And so these are like dehydrated like proteins. They're textured vegetable protein, that's TVP. Then I do like the meat chunks. This is like good for like chicken chunks and casseroles and things like that. This is good in like chilies, and they just take the flavor on. You can get some TVP that's flavored. This one actually might be chicken. I think this is actually chicken flavored, but I haven't actually made it yet. I just got it because I thought it was interesting. But anyways, so I put these in smaller containers. Same with the chia seeds that I had. I just reused. This was a lid from a bath salt that somebody gave me. Just reused, you know, everything that I could. Condensed all of our flour into one. And I'm just really trying to like figure out how I can condense. And also it's good for me to like see what we have, because it'll help me like make the decision of like what I buy going forward too. But like here we've got 3 different things of pasta. Do we need more pasta than that? Probably not, because we've got 3 things of sauce. Actually 4 things of sauce, because I just got this from a local farm up road. You know, just like stuff like that. Like, do we need more? No. Okay, now I know when I go shopping, you know, but then also get things like this, that this bag will last the 2 of us a long time. And I can throw, I made a bunch of, canned a bunch of vegetable broth, and so I can take that and, you know, these bean mix and some of this TVP ground meat and whatever vegetables I can find at a local farm here on the island, always onions and all sorts of stuff really, and make a nice chili just without even having to leave the island. And then I did today get a bunch of these low sodium ones, because when I'm editing videos and stuff, it's really hard to have the time to chop up everything, and I'm still learning. Like, sometimes it just feels daunting to say I'm gonna make something, so I'm starting to kind of get back into cooking and, you know, doing more of that for ourselves. But yeah, so I mean, I've got quite a bit of stuff, but I think shrinking it down like this will help me actually be able to organize it so that we can actually use it, and also so I can know like what we already have enough of and what we don't need any more of. When I was in the house, I had bought a bunch of this like gluten-free and tapioca. Never opened. I don't know. I don't remember why I got them. They probably actually, I did, what is that called? Imperfect produce for a while, and some of these things were options, and I think I probably was like, oh, I want to try that, I want to try that. And then we go through a lot of mustard and ketchup, so I always have a backup on board. And usually a backup ranch, so I'll put that on my list, because I usually need like 3 of those as a backup. I have 2 of these huge containers of breadcrumbs, and I'm like, I don't really use that very often, but who knows going forward, you know, what I'm going to use and what I'm not going to use, I guess, just because I'm not quite sure what I'll be cooking. But I do have things like This is a really large brown sugar container. Might be better to put it in there. Because this was raw sugar, but I don't need raw sugar. I just use monk's fruit sugar, which I already have a container for that. So I think I might kind of try to condense some of these down, just because I feel like I've got a lot of large containers, more than we need. The next thing I was thinking of, because they say not to store your boxed things on board, so I was gonna try to condense some of these containers so I have some more bigger ones to just like throw a bunch of penne in, or something like that, and then kind of dump accordingly. But yeah, so lots to think about, lots to work on. I feel like this is a good size for powdered sugar, and I'll probably leave that the way it is. But yeah, all of this just so that I can make some tiki masala for dinner tonight. Got our tofu over there. Eventually, I'll get there. But this is long overdue. We had just like a bunch of stuff, like baked stuff under here in a box, and I was like, I just wasn't feeling good about it. So I think I'm gonna do to use this space is to take that plastic drawer, because then it'll like pull out, and I can put like these extra things in that I don't use regularly, and maybe like flour and, you know, like cornmeal. I don't use cornmeal. I don't even know why I have cornmeal. I mean, I'm sure I need it for something. I just don't know what right now. So, and as you can see, it's not really full either. So I just gotta really kind of dive in here and figure out what I have the most of and what I need to put into different containers. And the great thing about using the jars is, because they're not canned, I can stack them. And because you don't want to stack directly on top of each other without something in between, something that you canned. So that makes it easier, because I can stack those on each other, and they're lightweight stuff, so because they're all dehydrated. So it's good. So I think I'm going to switch over probably the rest of these grains too. Like I've got these 2 containers, some quinoa and some black rice, over into some more jars, I think, because I've got a lot of jars, and I still have more at Mom and Dad's that we gotta get. So I think I'm gonna work that angle to really just try to help free up space, and be able to put, like, you know, those boxes of pasta in maybe like this and this or something. I don't know. I use a lot of pasta, so being vegetarian my whole life, I just love everything pasta and tortillas, and yeah, you know, it's okay. I know how to make pasta on my own, and I know how to make tortillas on my own, so I think I'll be fine cruising. Hopefully. Anyways, wish me luck. I'll check in after. So, Galley organization update. So I've had a while to use the implement and organization stuff that I put in place for our galley. So I'm just going to walk you through now that I feel like it's been enough time to be successful. So first one is, so our pantry, I organized everything. So this is kind of like I have like all Asian inspired over here, like ramen and stuff like that. Like quick grab stuff and like coffee and tea over here in the first shelf. The second shelf is all Italian and Mexican food, and I put, you know, stuff in containers to get rid of all of the like that's mac and cheese, so I put those in reusable bags, and then I used a what are they called? The whiteboard pen to mark mac and cheese, so I know what it is. And then on the bottom down here is like baking, soup stuff, gravy, and like our fake protein meat stuff. So this has actually worked pretty good. I was able to get all of that food in here, with one exception. I needed to make a backup area. So here I have like some more baking stuff, extra sparkling water, and then this down here has like some things that we don't really use very often, like ghee or different kinds of flour, like I have tapioca flour and things of that nature. Sorry, air purifier is in there. And then behind this, this is the quarter berth. Underneath the quarter berth, behind it is a basket that has like extra ketchup, mustard, like our backup ranch, and like all the backup stuff that we have some in our fridge, but we don't have it, we don't need it out all the time. We don't need that backup yet. It's just I like to keep things on hand. So that's kind of like our pantry storage. Then I'm making some sprouts. Then I went and I got one of these racks for our dishes. It's like a corner one, just to kind of help like keep them separate. It really makes it easier and quicker for me to just like grab it. And then, you know, we have our cups and that are plastic, and these bowls we use a little bit more because they're deeper and than these guys. But these guys are really good for like prepping and small amounts of soups and stuff like that. But this is good like when we have stir fries and larger reheating of stuff. So we use them both pretty frequently. But that puts all of our dishes in one. Over here, I have a turnaround tray for all of our oils, because I have a lot of like olive oils that are infused. Like this one's infused with rosemary, and there's Tuscan herb, and just different olive oils. This one's butter. We got lemon, and I also keep like our avocado oil. This is avocado oil. Then we got a spice rack. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 high, and we had to just kind of cut it down to size basically to get it to fit in there. And then back here I have a container of like loose baggied spice things that I have. It's kind of hard to see on the video, but and then we have honey and another spice there too. So yeah, so that's kind of our little spice area. It's been really nice because I can like see everything that I commonly use and just grab and go. And then this gives us, this rotating gives us extra storage to get into different oils and things of that nature, or different sauces that I might have on here. So that really helps. So that's my solution in there. It's been actually working out really good. The next one is our fridge. So the fridge, we need to put in shelves and things of that nature. But what I have done in here is bought these like plastic containers to kind of just contain stuff. And this one, Matt, you know, made all one unit there. I have 2 stackable clear containers here, so I put like cheese and stuff like that. And then on the other side, we just put up this, it's an old shelf. We just put it up because we need something to block we just put it up because we needed something to block the coldest air from the plate. So because right next to the plate right next to this plate is the coldest it gets, right? The freezer. And that's what stays frozen, is anything that's touching that plate. So I just put this old shelf there for right now, just to have something to kind of divide it a bit. And then I've got 2 of these stackable baskets. They're too high. And then these turn out, these are like handles, and they're also what holds the next basket. So yeah, that's kind of our solution for right now for our fridge. You can see we've got 2 here, and all of our condiments and stuff. So it's been working pretty good. We've had it for a few weeks. I don't think it's our forever solution, but it's definitely working, and I think at this point that's what matters. Because what's working is what we need. So that is our Galley organization update. She's looking good and put away. I love it. It's close to Halloween, so we've got our Harry Potter oven mitts out.
Okay, so this is something Devin got to keep our soda cans in. Well, this one's open, but the idea is you put it in your fridge and you turn your soda cans sideways, and then they can just grab them, right? Well, in our fridge, everything's got to be kind of like that. So it's got to be vertical. So what we're gonna do is, we'll still put our cans in sideways, but the lid of this is kind of flopping off. So one of my jobs while I have the epoxy out is to epoxy this to that, so it's nice and secure. And then we'll have a place to keep our sodies. Cheers. Okay, so our soda dispenser that normally would go like this in a household refrigerator has been epoxied together so it can go like this in our vertical refrigerator. So it's just gonna go right here. So there we go. Quick little win of the day.
So this is under the settee here, and it's dirty. And so we want to use this space, but it really stinks. And there's that storage back there that goes all the way back. And then it looks like this storage doesn't go as far. There's like a little bit of a gap there where the fuel tank is and whatnot. So we won't be using that because that's where the drawers slide out. Or no, they don't slide that far back. I'm not sure why it doesn't go all the way across, but whatever. Either way, so the goal now is to clean this out so that we can get storage somehow in here. I'm not sure what the heck we're gonna store in here, but we definitely need the space. I'm thinking this is gonna be like the front up here. I can think of many things we can use for it, but that back part I'm really like, don't even know. All right, babe, what are we doing?
Cleaning this.
So these little floorboard things come out.
Yeah, and we discovered when we pulled them out, there's a third water tank under there.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Which is pretty cool. So these come out to access the third water tank.
Yeah. But also it will be great because now we can take it out to clean.
Yeah. almost full.
The third water tank?
Yeah.
Because you filled the tank last night, which fills both of them? That's awesome. Okay, so.
There's a ton of space back here.
Yeah, we've got a lot of space. Like you said, we might be really great for spare parts and stuff, so that's great. We haven't gone through our spare parts yet.
Like further to the starboard side, we'll do stuff that we don't need to access every day.
Because it goes
really every
pretty
month.
far back there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then up here, we'll do stuff that we need to access a little more frequently. So
But not very frequently, like baking stuff. I never bake hardly.
This little hatch goes there. So there's plenty of, tons of room there.
Yeah, but
Which is dirty.
Yeah, and I also think I want to get containers that are the right size as well for these things.
For the floors?
Yeah, for the floors, for the ones for like the baking stuff, so I can just grab the whole thing and it's all the baking stuff.
Yeah.
So, in order to do that, we got to get it all cleaned out and get it measured, and then I can order it on the Container Store when I order other stuff that I'm ordering.
That's a little gross.
Yeah.
Just get it cleaned up.
Yeah, so we're gonna get this whole back here cleaned up and get ourselves some space for organization.
More storage is always good.
Yeah, right now it's kind of like the abyss that we don't talk about or touch. So we're getting in there, we're getting into our dirty little secret. Making it clean.
We have better secrets than this.
Jeez, I don't know, babe. Guess we haven't quite gotten to the pilot berth yet. So yeah, I guess we do have some more dirty secrets. At least we know what our bilge is like. All right, here we go. Wish us luck. All right, babe, tell me about what is going on here in the quarter cabin.
So we had our first significant rainfall since we've been spending more time on the boat. And we've found more than a few leaks. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode.